All welcome back. This is Dino the Ops Guy, and this is Production Management Practice, or Stardew Production Management 101. And it's a course in production management where we start from the application, we start from the production environment, and we work our way through the training that way rather than start with some pedagogy or start with some textbook or etc. And I think the big difference that we're seeing really is that instead of doing one formula, expecting you to understand it, testing you maybe once, and then thinking, okay, we're good, you'll notice that a lot of the stuff we do is just recalculating as things change. And we're going to sort of circle back to that at the end. I'll have a comment on that. That's really a lot of what production management is. I would say most of the time in production management, if I'm in a senior role, it's either in Av's role or in this role. I would say more than half is change management, and then probably another half of that is just recalculating stuff on the fly, making sure that we have the best option considered. So that's just a big part of it, and it really doesn't come up. Change management hardly ever comes up certainly not in a production management class. In an MBA, it comes up a little bit, but not enough to sort of bolster you as a production manager. And it's not even in the operations management field. Typically, it's off somewhere in organizational behavior or something. Not to denigrate organizational behavior or any of the other disciplines, but it just doesn't get the attention that it needs, considering how much traction it takes in production management. So yeah, if I'm glad that we started this way, because it just really reinforces what the day-to-day in the production manager's life is, and it is just a lot of working with people and showing them what's going on and listening to them and seeing what they think is going on and working together to figure out what the best approach is. And a lot of it is just running calculations to say every time something changes, you got to rerun it. So if there's a new tariff, or if there's a change in price, or if for some reason the machine only is working at 80% or whatever, you now got to do a quick calculation to figure out, okay, what does this mean? How do we change our approach? It's not going to change the strategy typically. I mean, it could, but typically it's just a tactical change. And then certainly on some levels, like I know in where I live in Canada, for years you could make a lot of money as a pig farmer until the tariff and basically cross-border issues change, and then you could lose a lot of money in pig farming. So it just it's one of those things. But at the end of the day, it's not see one formula, memorize it, show that you can do it on the test, and then walk away. It's not the same formula every time. Sometimes it's, well, this formula, but instead of mushrooms do dehydrators do 5 at a time instead of 1. Okay, well, what does that mean for my overall numbers, and how does that change things? But all that just to get to, we will circle back, because there is a change. Don't tell anyone. There's going to be a big change. But I'm going to hand it over to Av. He's the person on the floor who also understands production management very, very well and does the calculations pretty quickly. I know he was complaining to me that a lot of the tables and stuff that we do, he would normally just jump in and use, but given that he's recording, he doesn't want to break the recording to do some calculations. So sometimes he does, puts in the wrong product or thinks the wrong thing. He's close because his intuition's pretty good, but it's not picture perfect. And I think that's one of the issues that you're going to find here. Neither of us believe that operations or production management is picture perfect, or it's never going to be smooth. It's always going to be messy. And the point isn't that you make it polished. The point is that you get where you need to go. So sometimes we make mistakes, and hopefully they're not big mistakes. Most of the time, the big stuff we do cover so that there's not going to be a mistake. But little stuff happens all the time, and that's just part of production management. And I would be misleading you if anything in this showed that you could do it perfectly every time, because it just never works that way. But anyway, for Av has to water and harvest the crops, We're hoping that he can get to petting the animals and processing the animal products. If he's got some free time, you could forage. He could forage. He could mine. He could go to the desert. I think the big thing here is we probably want to do a fair bit of mining to see if we have a chance to get a prismatic shard. Not high odds, but if we could get one, that would solve some of our weapon problems, which would lead to going to the desert with a lot more confidence. So I am going to turn it over to Av, and he can pick it up from there. Okay, thanks, Dino. Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful sunny day tomorrow, and the spirits are somewhat annoyed. I think that's what it said. And Mayor Lewis was telling us there's a grain exhibit that we have to do a week from today at the big fair. So we will take care of that. We have some plants to process. And it's always kind of odd at the beginning of the season. We go a few days where nothing really happens, and then we start going crazy picking plants up again. So some of our broccoli, some of our artichoke, good to see the artichoke up, and some of the sunflowers. And I think fall is particularly, I don't plant anything that's less than 8 days. So those first 8 days seem to be a bit empty. There's stuff in the bat cave. That's good. We have all sorts of mushrooms. None of the stuff that we really want to dehydrate, though. I was hoping to get a bit more of that, but hopefully that situation will change. But I don't know if you noticed, they're all fives. That's a good thing. We're getting lots of mushrooms, so that's positive. Yeah, so we're going to do our watering, and we're going to get to the blueberries are for the dehydrator. We're going to get to our animals, and I think if we have time, I think we want to make seeds from those broccoli, because they're a perpetual plant. They plant over, well, not perpetual. At the end of the season they die, but until then they produce broccoli constantly, and that's a nice thing to get on a steady basis. So that'd be good. All the hens, all the ducks. Good to see the hens and the ducks. Let's fill up the hay trough. We don't have the fully upgraded barn yet, so we still have to manually put the hay in. That's not a terrible thing. It is nice when you get them fully automated, though, especially once we get the grabber, auto grabber, or whatever, that we don't have to milk or get eggs. That's better yet. But our piggy Oink is all grown up, so that's good. We're gonna give Oink a chance to find some truffles. Hopefully, Oink finds some truffles. That'd be great. But give him time. We don't need it. Ordinarily, we would need a truffle for the bundle, but we bought that early, so that's taken care of. All right, so we're going to, we don't have enough cranberry, so we're going to fill it with blueberries. That's good. Oh, we did harvest some cranberries now that I think about earlier. So it's not just the first 8 days empty. We did get some cranberries. So some pale ale is ready, and we've identified honey as the better approach. Certainly gives us a faster return than pale ale. Not that we have a ton of honey. We're eventually going to get back to our hops and our pale ale, but we will replace those with honey. We're going to plant, I'm not going to plant them where they were before necessarily. I want to have full visibility to the kegs, so I planted off to the side a bit. Okay, put some honey in the keg, and that's going to come out as mead. A nice little drink. Gets you a bit tipsy, that's good. I guess it's good. It's, if you want to be tipsy, it's really good. So put some eggs through. Yeah, the plan really was if we could get 10 coal, that's what the whole working with the kiln thing is. We got one more we got to wait for, and then we can make a seed maker. And primarily the seed maker is to convert strawberries, because you can't get strawberries any other way than buying them at the egg festival. So having them at the beginning of the season is a bit advantageous from a return standpoint. Certainly you get more strawberries that way. However, it also helps us when we want to duplicate some plants. In this case, the broccoli is the one that needs to be a duplication. So so we can get more broccoli. That would be a good situation. So okay, we're still missing our gold bar. Let's get our gold bar. and we will make a seed maker, and we will use our seed maker with some broccoli, and then we're going to plant that, and we're going to get more broccoli, sort of accelerated broccoli. Okay, we have another broccoli we can put in. Let's take care of that. And it's going to be odd how we do the plant pattern. I mean, we do want to put the broccoli, because it's a regrowth. We want to put it in a place near a sprinkler. And in some cases, the areas that do not have near sprinklers, maybe we're just going to let them die off and essentially reduce our watering. But given that this is a 5 pattern, it's really hard to reduce the watering, because all 5 of those plants have to decide not to go any further, or we have to decide that one of them or 2 of them shouldn't go any further. But we have some room around our sprinklers, so that's good. We have our salmonberry wine. That, of course, was for the bundle, so we're going to send that over. I think it's the Enchanter's bundle, so we will take care of that. That's going to be finished. One more bundle. I get excited when we get close to the end of the bundles. That's our strategy. But I mean, as a practitioner, like as someone who doesn't deal a lot with strategy, it's kind of a relief that we don't have to deal so much with strategy every time we tick that box and say, okay, we're good. So it's motivating on both sides. So that's a good thing. Change over the milk for the cheese, or vice versa. Put another egg in, and we're going to take a look around, but eventually we're just going to get to Pierre's. Oh my, it's 3:30. We have to get to Pierre's and sell, and get to Willie's and sell. We got some work to do. All right, we got a few things to do at Pierre's. Yeah, normally I guess I would go over and talk to the ladies, but this is we're in a bit of a rush here just to get this going, and we've accumulated a lot of stuff. This is good. So we got 6 more pumpkin. That was just the quick math that I did, saying that we got spots for more holes, and especially if there's sprinkler spots, that's good. So okay, we got some archive site here. It's just a stone, and we got clam, and wow, 4:30. We're getting tight. Okay, let's not go too far. We don't have to go right to the corner. Let's get back. 4:40. I think we're good. 4:50. No, jeez. Okay. I was hoping we could get in. All right, that happened. I guess we'll have to sell it some other way. Thankfully, we are not looking to spend it right away. I mean, we're not near the 25 mark that we're so close. We're wishing that we could go up and talk to Marlon about a new sword. So we're not that situation, but it's still frustrating when you work so hard to get there on time and it doesn't work out. Why do stores close? That's so, I don't know. Okay. Enchanter's bundle. Put in the wine, it changes color, and we get 5 gold bars. That's awesome. So, okay, we got a few things left to do. Still waiting on that the red cabbage. Oh my. So, all right, we got some time. We do want to plant the pumpkin seeds and a few other things, but given that there's still some time in the day, might as well head over to the mine and see what we can get in the mine. Hopefully a prismatic shard. That'd be great. But even if not that, we can usually make some good finds. And we will keep our food close top. Yeah, no, we're not gonna fish. I was toying with the idea, but no, we found a red mushroom. We're gonna get a whole bunch. If we get enough fiber, that would be good, because we need fiber to make the worm thing, the worm hatch, or the bait hatch, or that wormy thing. So we can find stuff in the mine. Found a little bit of quartz. Ho hum. And if we can get stones is good. We still haven't finished the coop, and that's going to take a lot of stones and a lot of wood. So if we can accumulate stones, and I gotta say, at this point, there's times when stones are easy to accumulate. This isn't one of them. It's sort of you're at the bottom of the mine, and you're not quite in the cavern yet, and the quarry's not open yet. So yeah, we gotta kind of make our own stones here. So It just is what it is. Got some mixed seeds. I'm sure we can find a spot for that. So I did say we bought 6 pumpkin seeds because I just did a rough math, but I think there's always room for one more, given that some of the stuff that's not being next to a sprinkler, we are probably not going to push to refill it if we don't have anything for it. No sense in buying seeds for that kind of thing. So, but I still think we're in a good situation that we haven't exceeded any big issues. So, every seed that we get or buy at this point, I think we can find some place in the ground to put it, and not really disrupt our watering pattern at all. And like I said, at some point, maybe even make it better. Oh, we got 3 more broccoli seeds. I was just saying we have room for seeds. That's a good thing. Oh, we got these. Oh, there's 2 fire boys. All right. And we're full. Look at that. Well, a few things we can do. So let's eat that salmon berry. That'll give us some energy. And then we can pick up the solar essence. That's good. We can probably put the stone away. Yeah. And, well, let's see what we got here. We want to get to these chests. Hopefully, oh, there's another fire boy, and we got hit by him. Ay, not so good. That hurt. Okay, we're full, so we're not going to get any of this stuff, but we can trade up. We don't need the sap for sure. Okay, I think between this, we left some bone fragments behind, but I don't think that's the end of the world. I'm pretty happy with the things we did get, and I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time thinking about it. We'll leave the bomb behind, but everything else comes with us. And we have the broccoli that we can plant. We have the pumpkin seeds we can plant, and we have the 1 mixed seed. So let's get that done. We can drop off a lot of stuff. And yeah, so the broccoli, we'll plant it as, sort of around sprinklers, but also kind of starting as far away from the water source as we can. That's sort of a good philosophy, so that even if we do have to water stuff, maybe it's stuff that doesn't last all season kind of thing, like pumpkins. So yeah, we plant the pumpkins in the other areas. So at this point, all the sprinkler side stuff has been used up. So it's a matter of getting the same pattern and not making it worse where possible. At some point, the amaranth will be gone, and we won't have to do the 5s where we're doing the 5s now. We can do a 3, so that's kind of nice. And we still have those mixed seeds. We're going to put them, right tucked in the corner there. And we still, I think we're good for the night. But I did see some paleo. Oh, this is good. Level 10 farming. We are going to pick Artisan. And that's going to change everything. Okay, well, that's just coming up. That's a good thing and a bad thing, right? So, okay, cloudy tomorrow. And the fortune teller says we're going to be somewhat mildly perturbed. Back for you, Dino. Okay, thanks, Av. Okay, well, there we go. The secret's out. We have the new designation, or the new achievement, if you will, of getting to Artisan. So that has some impact. So we did water the crops. We did harvest the crops and harvest all the other stuff. Pet animals processed. We got all that done. Free time. We went to the mine, got a few things, including probably the best haul from the ruby was nice, but probably one of the best hauls from the mine were the 3 broccoli seeds, which what would you expect in a mine, right? So, okay, so we're getting to now, that artisan thing, it's a really a good thing. It's a blessing as much as it is a curse. So we just talked about passive income and we were just getting somewhere with it. And now all of this essentially changes, because if you look at the revenue for a duck mayonnaise, it's going to be $5.25, not the $3.75 it was before. And if you look at the revenue for regular mayo, it's going to be $3.99, and goat's cheese is going to be $8.40. And all these are bigger than they were before. Good to have, But now I have to go back to my ledger and reset a lot of the basic parameters on the ledger. And essentially, so I do restart. I don't throw away what was done before, but I restart on a new sheet so that the top of the sheet represents all the current prices. So there's some work that has to happen, and I'm happy to do the work because we're in the positive direction, but there's still some work that has to happen. As it turns out, the big changes, well, I highlighted, last time I highlighted everything over 100. Now I've highlighted everything over 200. we arguably doubled on some level. So if we do lift per day of the duck mayonnaise, even though we don't get every day, 415 lift per day of goat milk, again, not every day, is 448. We can probably invest in ducks and goats safely. If we put in the wild honey for the mead instead of the hops. Hops goes up to almost 200 per lift per day, but the mead gives us 320 lift. So that's 420 less the 100 for the wild honey. Oh, I should check. Maybe the wild honey changes. Anyway, so it's a really good return. We're walking away with 420 at the end of it, which you can be happy about. As far as jars go, the big winner in jars is going to be pumpkin. Yeah, usually the big price ones are good. And the craziest change is we were just arguing whether we should put melon in the keg or in the jar, and we said, absolutely, I'd rather have the more money from the keg than the jar, and it's still more money from the keg than the jar. But if you look at a lift per day per unit, it's better off in the dehydrator because you're getting 282 per unit per day. Now, lift per touch is still favoring the keg, but but still, that's everything sort of shifting. So on a base level, we may want to look at if we have other things that we can put in the keg, and there's a bit of a log jam in the keg that we can't get stuff in fast enough. We probably want to put melon in the dehydrator if there's free time in the dehydrator. This is going to change a few things, nothing that we can't solve. I'll probably start off the next episode with a renewed sort of that chart that I just showed you last episode as far as what we should be putting in jars and what we should be putting in kegs. So that's going to maybe have some revisions as well. But hopefully you're getting something out of this. Hopefully you're getting something real. I mean, if you've taken a production management class in university, you probably think it's just so anodyne and so sterile, and it's like, no, it's really messy. It changes all the time. We're stuck doing things that we've already done over and over again because it's still the best thing to do. That's normal. Hopefully you're you're getting a hang of that. If there's anything we could do to help things educationally or entertainment-wise, let us know in the comments. Other than that, we hope to see you next episode where we try and unravel what's going to change with the Artisan achievement. But that notwithstanding, hope to see you next time. This is Dino the Ops Guy signing off.